guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be my second update on my Accutane journey. I am now entering month 3 and I swear it's just like flying by. It's crazy. This video may seem like it's earlier than the last update that I did, but that's because the last update I did was late. I wanted this week's video to be the Accutane update because next week's video is going to be my birthday get ready with me, just like I did last year. My birthday is December 6th, so it's coming up on Tuesday, and I'm gonna be 24, which is... yeah, so I wanted to get this video up for you guys. I will be showing you my face without makeup at the very end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Before I keep rambling on, let's just get on into the video. Okay, so again, like my last update, I am going to be looking down every so often at my Accutane journal, which I have been pretty good at keeping up with, which I thought I wasn't going to. So month 2 on Accutane was a little bit different than month 1. In month 1, I felt like I didn't really have a purging stage. I had some breakouts in the beginning of starting the Accutane journey, but I kind of felt like that was just the breakouts that I was gonna have anyway, kind of like a purging stage, but it wasn't as bad as some people said. Like I said in that video, and my skin was actually pretty smooth and I was super happy with it. And like I said in that video, I was expecting to break out again. And that is what happened. The duration of this month, my second month, my skin was actually breaking out pretty consistently. It wasn't anything bad, but I would get like 1 or 2, and then as soon as they would heal, I would get another 1 or 2. It would never exceed that number. I would never get like a ton of them, but it would be annoying because, you know, all of my face was clear and the texture was really smooth and nice, and then I would have like a huge zit somewhere. And it would just be like, really? Basically, I did break out a lot more in the second month than I did the first month. Again, it wasn't anything crazy. It first started off in the beginning of the second month with, I had a pimple right here. As you guys saw in the previous update, I had a pimple right here, which eventually went away. But it was weird because the bump part of it took forever to go away. Like, it wasn't active anymore. It kind of like died, like the inside of it kind of died, but the bump stayed for a long time, and I like kind of still have like a remnants of like a tiny little bump. It's just very bizarre. So it started off with them right here, and then I had 2 big ones on my forehead. I had one right here, and then I had a big one right here, which I don't know if you can see that, but there's like still like a little remnants of that one too, and I'm like, why are you not healing fast enough? Because I thought with this medication it like makes your skin cells turn over faster, so I don't know, I thought that was weird. Those stayed for like a decent amount of time. It's not like they were like super quick to go away, but they were pretty big cysts, so I don't know. And then toward the end of the month, I had not a lot, but I had at least 4 on this side. So I had 2 really big ones right here. I'm sure you can see it in the last week's video that I posted. There were 2 right here that were pretty big. One of them went away really quickly. The other one lingered forever, and I was like, boy, go away. Then I got one on the side, which was small, and then this little guy right here, it's very, very tiny, doesn't bother me at all, but I thought I should mention it. And then I have this big cyst right here. This one was like the mother of all cysts right here. I don't know if you guys can tell, I have like faux freckles on today because I was just trying to be a little extra. But you can probably see from like the shadows, it's right here. It was massive and I never popped it, but when I would wash my face, it would pop, and then there would be like 2 huge gouges in there. And I'll get to how I kind of like mended that a little bit later. But yeah, so it's starting to go away now, starting to heal, which is great. And my skin is looking pretty good. This whole side is like beautiful, smooth, airbrushed. No pores, no texture, no nothing. So putting makeup on this side is like a breeze. So this is like my bad side too for like pictures. So I've been like trying to be like, gotta make it work, gotta make it work. Some other side effects that I had were little patches of dry skin. I had really bad dry patches on my hand, which are starting to heal a little bit. They were pretty bad just like right in this area, but it was only my right hand. My left hand didn't get it at all. But now that this has healed, I have been finding all over my body, like all over my arms mostly, just like random patches of like nasty dry skin. It doesn't feel like eczema, doesn't feel like bumpy, it's just weird like flakes. Like it looks like when you just haven't lotioned yourself in a very, 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 very long time. That's how my arms right here look a little bit, and then my legs look like that too, but they normally do because I'm like terrible at moisturizing my legs unless they're gonna be like shown to the public. Like I'm gonna wear a skirt, which like that never happens. I know I should be better at it, but I'm not. Oh well. Another side effect that has been like the worst side effect, which is not even really that bad, is like the inside of my nose is like annoyingly dry. It's so bad, and it looks like sometimes it's gonna be really TMI, but it looks like sometimes there's like really big like boogers in my nose, but really it's just like dry skin, and I can't remove them. Like you can obviously like get a bat in the cave out with a tissue, but I can't get these dry skin out of my nose, because if I do, like, this is gonna sound gross, if I do like go in there and like peel it away so it's not visible, I will bleed, and it's so raw and red. And I've read some things about it that people do go through this, so I've tried to put like Vaseline inside my nose when I go to sleep, and it has helped a little bit, but I hate that feeling of the Vaseline in my nose, and I feel like I'm like breathing it in. I don't know, I've just been kind of just dealing with it, I guess. It's not that serious, but it does hurt sometimes. Like when I go like that, it will like hurt, and it'll like look like it's cut right there. I've had a couple like aches and pains in my body. Like this shoulder has been really hurting me for the past like 2 or 3 weeks, and it's weird because if I push on it, it feels like I have a bruise, and I don't have a bruise. And if I like turn it to a certain angle, like this, like I can feel it, like it's like a dull pain, like it really hurts. Just this shoulder though, this one feels fine. Again, I just kind of deal with it. I haven't really had to take like ibuprofen or any kind of pain reliever for it, so clearly it's not that serious. I just thought I should mention it just because I want to let you guys know exactly what I'm going through. Okay, so the lip situation, I feel like everybody always wants to know about, and honestly, my lips have really not been that bad. I've seen what Accutane can do to people's lips, and I guess maybe just because I was like so afraid of having that happen, because I've had right here split before from being on Retin-A, and it's the worst feeling, and it takes forever to heal because your mouth is constantly moist. Ugh. Okay, forgive me for saying that word. Your mouth is constantly wet, so it doesn't really heal very quickly. But honestly, this Vaseline that I talked about in my last video has just been like perfect. Okay, so let's get into the part that's actually like changing. Everything so far has been pretty much the same besides the fact that my skin is getting better. Products will stay the same. I haven't done anything differently, but here we go. Here is what's changing. When I started Accutane my first and second month, I was on 40 milligrams, so I was taking 1 pill a day, and it was working nicely. It was working what I thought was, you know, supposed to happen. So my dermatologist appointment was November 30th, and today is December 4th. I went in there and everything was looking good, obviously, and then my nurse kind of like looked at me like, and I was like, what? And then she said, are you dry? Like, is your face dry? And I was like, no. She's like, yeah, I can tell. And I was like, what does this mean? She's like, at this stage in the game, you should be like dry, like bone dry. The medication is supposed to like suck you dry. And I told her I wasn't really experiencing that with my face, that I wasn't really that dry. And she was like, maybe 40 milligrams is too weak for you. And I was like, of course it is. So I was like, oh, so do you want to up my dosage? Is that what you're saying? And she's like, yeah. And so I just said to her, are you going to do 60? And she was like, no, 80. And I was like, bruh. So that is the change. This month I have started taking 240 milligrams a day, so I'm up to 80 milligrams, and basically my nurse and my doctor both said, just because like my skin is really durable, which really just means I'm an oily mess. By the way, this is just what I think. This is not what my doctor said to me, but basically I think that the medication, when it was first introduced to my body, was working and it was doing what it was supposed to do. And that's why my skin in the first month was nice and clear and smooth, and that's why I thought the purging stage was over. But then I think that my body may have gotten used to 40 milligrams, and I don't think it was working the way it was supposed to. It was still working, but it wasn't like to its highest ability of getting rid of all my oil. So she decided to up me to 80 milligrams, which is a huge step, I feel like. And she did warn me that the side effects will get worse with 80 milligrams. And if I find that they are too intense or I can't handle them, then I should contact her and she'll take me back down to either 60 or 40. But but the higher the dosage, like the higher the milligrams you are on, the less chance you have of acne ever coming back, or the less chance you have to relapse. And so I'm here thinking, like, I don't care what the side effects are. I don't care what I have to go through. This situation has got to be clear, because I am going to be 24 years old and I am not going to have crappy skin anymore. I'm so over it. I just want to have nice skin, because I've gotten a little glimpse of what like nice skin is like, and I'm just like, oh, can you just imagine in March when I'm done? Like, I'm ready for it. So no matter what is going to come my way, no matter what kind of side effects I'm going to deal with, I am going to stick it out, because I just want my skin to be healthy, and I don't want to have to go through having bumps on my face and texture and redness and scarring and all the crappy things that come along with acne. I'm ready for it to be over, so I'm ready to be a little warrior and deal with it. Oh, I remember, I did want to say something. This is just a quick fix. And again, I am no doctor, so if you want to take your own risk and do this, or if you want to check with your doctor first, I'm sure that a lot of doctors would tell me not to do this, but I just wanted to tell you guys, just because it's what I've done and I did not die from it. So like, yeah. If you are on this medication, or even if you're not on this medication, okay? And if you get like a huge cyst and it does eventually come to like a head, and it's, you know what I'm talking about, those big cysts that come to a head, but they're like huge, like it's like huge whitehead, and they end up popping, and you have like a big like gouge in your face basically, so you're bleeding. This is so TMI, I'm sorry. But if you have like that like wet pussy like residue and you're bleeding and it's like an open sore from the zit, I just want to tell you that I found this video on YouTube like recently. It was in my recommended, and I will link it down below, but this saved my life. So if that happens to you, what I do to kind of tend to the wound, I treat my pimple or like my cyst just like if I were to cut my body anywhere. So what I do is I take like some kind of Neosporin. This is just like, I think, some kind of off-brand triple antibiotic ointment. It's just Neosporin essentially. And then I also take just some kind of Band-Aid. And what I'll do is I will put a huge glob of the Neosporin on the open sore and then put a Band-Aid on it. And I do make sure that the Band-Aid, the adhesive, is not so strong, so I do kind of like put it on the back of my hand first, and then I place it over the wounded area, and then I'll do the rest of my skincare, like my oils and my moisturizers, very carefully over it. And it actually helps to heal the wound. I don't want to call it a cyst, because once it starts to bleed, I mean, that's just like a cut. It does help heal it. It does help to flatten the cyst a little bit. It makes it a little bit more manageable, so when you put makeup over it, it is a little bit more smooth and it's not scabbed or dry skin or anything like that. So yeah, that's not like a thing that you should be doing all the time, but it is like a really quick fix. Again, I know it's probably not the best thing to do. I understand that anything you put on your skin on Accutane goes straight into your bloodstream. I understand, but this is just like some kind of quick fix. I just wanted to tell you guys, just in case you wanted to ask your doctor or just take your own risk and try it out, because it did help me so much with all of the crap that was going on. I wish I would have known about this before I was on Accutane, because it probably would have helped me too. But yeah, so I will link the girl's video. I forgot her name, but I'll link the girl's video down below where I saw it, so you guys can watch her explain it. But yeah, I need to stop. I need to stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions that you want me to answer in my next update video. And also, do you guys want me to do like a foundation routine on Accutane? Because I was thinking about doing one, but like, I don't know, there's so many out there. But like, if you guys want me to do a foundation routine on Accutane, then just give this video a thumbs up. And then don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can know whenever I release a new video. And yeah, I think I've talked enough for one day, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!